and welcome back to my channel. I am the Masked Trans and you are watching me review. Now before we get today's video started, I just want to give a quick what's up to my peeps and a diabolical middle finger to the creeps. You know who you are. Alright you guys, so it is Sunday afternoon and I really didn't plan on making a video today. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm sort of losing my passion and conviction for this whole YouTube thing. And this isn't unusual. I've been doing YouTube, believe it or not. I've been doing YouTube since probably 2008. Sure have. Sure have, 2008. And in that time, some of the channels that I've created have grown. And it would have been really interesting to see where they would have been had I not deleted those channels. But every once in a while, for whatever reason, I just reach a point in YouTube where I'm just like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time. I don't have energy. So I would rather put my energy and effort towards other things outside of YouTube. And that's sort of what stops my channels from growing. So this time around, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to create this channel and I'm going to put a year's worth of investment in terms of my time and energy into the channel. And here we are, maybe 5 months, I don't know how long, about 5 months into my 1-year journey. And already I feel exhausted with YouTube. I don't know. Like, if I wanted to take off this mask and just be myself in front of the camera, I'm sure it would cause my channel to grow exponentially. But I don't want that. I don't necessarily want this big, huge platform. I don't want the obligations of sponsorships and having to censor what I say or don't say, because I've sort of painted myself into this corner where my personal success or my financial success is attached to a YouTube channel, because YouTube giveth and YouTube taketh away, baby. They will play with you in those algorithms, okay? And you'll be sitting around gagging because this is where you put your time, energy, and effort into. So I prefer to invest my time and energy in things that I control. That I control. So I'm really sort of teetering back and forth. Do I want to continue this? Do I not continue this? And it's not just, you know, YouTube. It's just social media in general is just so, there's just such a proliferation of ignorance. There's just some ignorant, toxic people out there who have nothing better to do than just to write ignorance all day long. And I definitely consider myself to be impervious to the ignorance. Like, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't get to me. But at the same time, I don't like necessarily being exposed to it, right? If you want to be ignorant, then be ignorant, you know, outside of my platform. So all of those things are leading me to ponder, do I want to continue this YouTube journey? I'm not a quitter. So I'm going to try to at least see it out to a full year. We'll see how that goes. I don't know whether or not at the full year if I'll leave the videos up and just walk away, or whether I'll delete the channel as a whole as I've done in the past. I haven't quite decided what that would look like if I decide to walk away. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was pronouns. And I was thinking of, and this kind of was the catalyst, I guess you could say, for this conversation. I have pockets in my little nightgown, by the way. That's where my hands are. I was watching a video, or there was a story I saw. I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was about Betheny Frankel, formerly of the Real Housewives in New York. You know, Skinny Girl Margarita, Skinny Girl conglomerate, if you will. That Betheny Frankel. And she was recently speaking out about gender pronouns, about how she was on a Zoom call for her daughter, Bryn. This is the daughter that she shares with Jason Hoppy. And how during the Zoom meeting with Bryn's school, she and her daughter both had to announce their pronouns being she, her, and hers. And how she just felt like it was superfluous. Like, this is too much. Why do we have to do it? It's unnecessary, what have you. And a lot of people were upset about that. And it's interesting for me, right? Because quite obviously my name is the Masked Trans, so I happen to be trans. And I even lead off my video, the intro to my video starts off with my pronouns, she, her, hers. Those are my pronouns. But the reality is, I don't have to go around saying, hi, I'm the Masked Trans, my pronouns are she, her, hers. People see me and they automatically refer to me as she, her, and hers. And okay, some people might consider that to be a privilege. And I guess to some degree it probably is. So I don't necessarily feel the need to make that proclamation whenever I enter a room. But for some people, especially those who may be undecided in terms of whether they want to transition or not. Some who may not want to transition, but just simply don't identify as one or the other. It can be a very interesting conversation, i.e. Demi Lovato, right? When I see Demi Lovato, I see she. And that's no disrespect. I see she. So my natural inclination when I'm addressing Demi is going to be she, her, and hers. But Demi has since come out and said that, hey, I'm a them, they, there. All right. Now, look, Demi, it took you some time to get there. So you're going to have to give me, sis, you're going to have to give me a minute to come, or look at me, sis. Bro, look, person, you're going to have to give me a minute to catch up to you. You got to give me some time. Because, you know, this is the way that my brain has been trained to think. When I see feminine, I think she, her, and hers. When I see masculine, I think him, he, his. And so the conversation that Bethany was having is just like people are always looking for a reason to pounce, you know. Oh, she said this. Oh, she's transphobic. And I don't necessarily think that that's the case, right? I don't think that because you may take issue with pronouns or you may be maladjusted to some degree, that it makes you transphobic. It makes you lazy, slightly ignorant, but I don't think that makes you transphobic. You know, I think what Bethany is trying to convey is like, look, I'm a woman, you see a woman, why do I have to tell you that? The same way I feel as a trans woman. Look, if you see a woman, call me a woman. So the question for me then becomes, does the onus fall on me to ask you your pronouns, or is the onus on you to give me the pronouns? Do I have to go up to every single person and say, hi, I'm the mass trans, my pronouns are she, her, hers, what are yours? If that's the cultural shift that we're moving towards, I don't know that we're going to make it there. Well, not in my lifetime at least, because things seem to be on a downward spiral. Like, I don't know if people are quite ready in this day and age to do something quite progressive as that. And the reason I'm bringing this topic up is because I was talking about the internet earlier, and I just feel like everyone in today's society is angry about something. They're upset about something. And whatever they see or believe to be is to be seen and believed by all, right? For instance, I am pro-choice, right? I believe in a woman's right to choose. And some people might think that because I believe in a woman's right to choose, that I am pro the A word. I'm not. I'm not pro the A word. But I do believe that if it's not my struggle, then it's not my fight. I'll say it again. If it's not my struggle, it's not my fight. How can I tell someone else how to resolve an issue that is not my own? I can give you advice. I can tell you what I might do. I can tell you what I don't believe that you should do. But I don't have whatever ramifications result from the choice that you made, those are ones that will fall on you. So I believe that a woman should have a right to choose. But if you say that, people who are quote unquote pro-life, which everyone is pro-life, at least I am, people believe that, you know, that you don't, for whatever reason, want babies to be born, to live a happy, healthy life. And it's just like, how do you cherry pick all of these different, where are you pulling this information from? How did what I say get turned into that? Right? Case in point, the We Spot incident. I'm just going back over a whole catalog. From the very beginning of the We Spot incident, my initial video, I said, oh, I definitely believe Cubana Angel. As the story started to evolve and there was all of this sort of anti-trans rhetoric that was being connected to this particular issue, yes, I had questions. And if you listen to my videos, I'm not sure, I can't say in every single video, but in most of the videos, I kept saying, I'm not quite sure. If she's an actress, she's a damn good one. Because I believed what she was saying in that lobby. I believed what she was saying in that lobby. But there were questions that I had that I couldn't wrap my brain around. And because I asked questions, then suddenly I don't want to protect women and children. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? How does me having questions mean that I don't believe in protecting women and children? And then someone said, believe women. Now listen. Listen. Do I even want to open this Pandora's box? To say believe women is to imply that women do not lie. And that's the dumbest thing you can possibly say. Because human beings lie. That includes trans women, cisgender women, cis men, trans men. It includes every goddamn body. People lie. People lie. Now, if you live in this magical utopia where people don't lie, then girl, send me a ticket and tell me how to get my black ass up over there. Because over here, it's a whole lot of people around here lying. And some of them are women. So, when I questioned Cubana Angel, I never, ever, ever, let me not say never, ever, because, again, I made several videos, so I can't remember everything that I said. But I don't ever remember being wholly committed to the fact that there wasn't some level of truth and veracity to her story. There was always the passion in which she spoke always led me to believe I'm not quite sure which way to go with this. I'm not. But if I ask questions, then again, somehow I'm seen as anti-cis women. It's so stupid to me. And it's the type of thing that you have to deal with on social media. I got a text message recently from a friend, and the text was a recent post from the CDC. And in the post, the CDC used very inclusive verbiage when referring to those with child. I believe they said persons as opposed to mothers. And someone commented on it and took offense to the fact that the CDC didn't say mothers and instead said persons or people. I can't remember. I'll try to post the graphic here so you guys can see what I'm referring to. And I'm going to paraphrase her response. It was basically, this is doing a disservice to mothers. It's disrespectful. This, that, and the third. And now the whole thing the CDC was trying to convey is like, look, if you are pregnant with a child, baby, go get vaccinated because we want you to live. We want your child to live. But yet and still, people were so laser focused on the fact that the CDC was trying to be inclusive, as if inclusivity is a bad thing. Mothers are persons, and the reality is the world is changing. People are evolving. Yes, there's a really good documentary on HBO about a young lady who grew up with two mothers and the struggles that they went through back in the 70s, early 80s to procreate. So I wish I knew the name of the documentary off the top of my head. It's a 3-part documentary on HBO. So if you have HBO, go look for it. I'll try to put the name of it in my bio. In the description. But watching that documentary just really gave me a greater understanding of what it means to be a mother, what it means to want to have a child, what it means to create a family, and how there are so many different types of families, and how every single type of family, if you care about children, deserves to raise a child in a healthy, safe environment that's full of love. But for whatever reason, some people feel as if adding to, not taking away, the CDC didn't negate mothers and say mothers don't matter, mothers don't count. We're focused on people. They just simply said, look, if you are a person who is with child, please go get vaccinated. It's of the utmost importance. But this is what this person took away. And I don't get it. And I don't get it, right? Now, if you are a mother who is expecting, right, and you took offense to what was said by the CDC, and you're able to articulate that in an intelligent way, please comment below. If you have something hateful to say, please don't waste your time because I'm just going to delete your comment and go on to the next. But if you have an intelligent position that you want to add that might help to shed some enlightenment for me and maybe for other people who might see this video, by all means, please, I welcome that commentary. Because I don't see how respecting the fact that there are some trans men out there who still have their reproductive organs, who may want to bear children, but not do it through the typical fashion. Why don't they deserve to be counted amongst those who are with child? Why doesn't that deserve some recognition? Yes, they may be outliers, as the commenter mentioned, but so what? So what? As 13% of the of the population here in the U.S., black people could be considered the outliers, so to speak, as 13%. So does that mean that that other 87% has the right to tell us that our existence does not matter? That our opinions don't hold weight and that they don't have any value, that we don't have any value or substance to add to conversations about things that may affect us potentially? I don't understand it. And I really try to be a person who sees all different sides of an issue. But it's hard for me to step into the role of ignorance. It's hard for me to step into that space because I don't understand it. Ever since I was wee-high to a tadpole, I've always been the type of person who would befriend the person that I felt that other people were shunning or not going to be friendly to. You know, and maybe there was a part of me that secretly knew that if people knew who I was, they wouldn't treat me the same way. And so for that reason, when I saw a person that, you know, the other kids teased for having cooties or not having the cool clothes or being a misfit for whatever reason or being a nerd, those are the people that I migrated to and wanted to be friends with. I didn't necessarily take any pleasure in seeing them being ostracized. So for me, it is just innately a part of who I am to want to include people, to want to bring people into the fold, to understand conversations, experiences that are not my own. Missing Native American videos. I made a video talking about that. I'm not a Native American woman. It's not my struggle. But if I see Native American mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, family, and communities crying out because Native American women are going missing just because they're minorities, so to speak, that doesn't mean that I just sit back and say, oh, ain't my problem, ain't my struggle, bruh. It means, no, if I have a voice, I speak up and I say something. Because I realize that this world is for everybody. I live in it. We all live in it. The only thing that you own is you. The only thing you can, and goddamn it, we don't have a whole lot of control over us, to be completely honest with you. You know, you have control over your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions. So, I don't know, you guys. I know I went a couple of different places with this, with the whole gender pronouns and, you know, the we spa and what else did I talk about? The CDC post. But I don't know, it's just like, people need to get happy around here. People need to take a moment and appreciate the things that you have. I feel like the internet is just creating a whole realm of just bitter people. Bitter people who are only happy in the moment that they're creating a TikTok video. When they're creating a TikTok video or a Facebook post, baby, they are the happiest ones in the world. They want to bring you into that. I'm living fab, I'm on a yacht, you know, I have this, I'm luxury shopping, I'm living my best life. Like, that's all you see when you see videos for people, for the most part. But when you read comments and see the responses that a lot of people have, you realize that there's a lot of people out there on the internet who are living in very dark places. The CDC doesn't have any control over how you identify. You control that. As a mother, if you're a mother, then who gives a damn about the CDC saying persons or people? Do your kids call you mommy? Do they bring you a Mother's Day card? So why get bent out of shape about something from the CDC that's meant to be inclusive? Why not have conversations with your kids about the fact that there are different types of families? And while we may not agree, I'll say it again, and while we may not agree with all types of families, every child has a right to feel safe. Every child has a right to be loved. So we don't necessarily agree with that, but we believe in that person's right to live in peace, in safety, right? In prosperity. So we're going to bless them based on what we believe, and we're going to let God do the rest of the work. I mean, if you truly believe in a higher power. I don't know. I don't know. There's just a bunch of misery in this world, and I find that for me, I really try to exist in the light, if you will. Like, I want to see the best in people, the best in humanity. I want to believe that people are good and kind, but I don't know, there's just so much darkness out there that is just, I don't know. Anyway, you guys, I promise my next video will be a little bit more lighthearted than this one. I'm sorry if I'm bringing you down on your Sunday, but it was just something I had to get up off my spirit. So just a couple of things that I needed to say, just because people are going crazy, and there just seems to be this huge shift. There was a time and point, right? I know I was about to leave, but I gotta say this. There was a point in time where I, as a trans woman, felt like, oh my God, the movement is moving forward. People are finally seeing us and recognizing us as human beings. It's a different world than where you came from. Ow. And I felt that. But now I feel like there's so much anti-trans rhetoric. So much cis versus trans, rhetoric, which I don't understand. I don't get that, because I know I, as a trans woman, I'll tell you, to be completely honest with you guys, I may have 2 trans friends. All the rest, cis women. All the rest, cis women. So, I don't feel like I'm in competition with a cis woman. I don't feel like a cis woman is in competition with me. I'm rooting for great people, for good people. I want to see good people do well. And I just feel like all of these conversations that are being had that are somehow making cisgender, trans women the enemy of cis women and cis women the energy of trans women, I just think that it needs to stop. It needs to stop, period, point blank. And that needs to stop on both sides. I sound like Donald Trump, right? At the, what was the rally, the Heather Heyer rally? Where was that? There were bad people on both sides. But both sides need to pull it together, is what I'm trying to say. Was it Virginia? I think it was Virginia. Maybe. I don't know. Both sides need to pull it together. Quit looking for a scapegoat, okay? The work starts with you. Look inward before you start looking outward. All up in here. All up and through here. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. Before you go post and talk all of this yin and this yang about this, that, and the third, fix what's going on up in here, sis. And when I say sis, I'm not talking to cis women in general, or specifically I'm talking to cis and trans women, okay? Fix what's going on up in here. Alright, so I'm getting out of here for real this time, you guys. So please do me a huge favor. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, in closing, ask yourself this question: why be bitter when you can be better? I'm the Mass Trans, and I'll talk to you guys again in my next video. Mwah. Bye-bye.